I am unmuted, but I didn't lower this. There we go. Now you can hear me a little better. It's Tuesday night, and you know what that means. Thank you for being here. Let me just fade this out. Actually, you know what? I can just stop it now. You can barely hear it. So, how's everyone doing tonight? Hey, Nocturne, you are indeed first. Um, I know I didn't check the stats for all of my VODs, but I know there are two people that watched the VOD for last week all the way to the end. And I know I'm not one of them. So if you're one of these two people watching again, first of all, you can book your Tuesday night at 10 p.m. and interact with me live. But regardless, I hope you stick around till the end of this VOD as well. Geez. I gotta say, last week, the stream had two effects on me. One of them was it gave me a lot of confidence because I knew I was underprepared, and yet I watched. Sorry, I was underprepared, and yet I did a stream that was much better than I thought it would be. So that was good. At the same time, it made me gun shy. For those of you who watched my Bitcoin double spend segment, you saw how I was the dog for about 20 minutes. If you don't know what I mean by I was the dog, you can watch my video on why experts sound so stupid. Yeah, I was very opinionated about something, and I was out of my depth and didn't even know it, and it got fucking smacked down in real time in front of everyone. So on one hand, I'm confident that I can kind of like do this even when I'm unprepared, and I do have a game that I can play, which I'm not entirely convinced that is interesting to watch me play, but I definitely will tonight because I've earned it. But on the other hand, I'm gonna deal with some concepts that I'm not an expert in. But yeah, I did not buy any Bitcoin recently, Nocturne, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. So, um, yeah, I prepared a couple things to just chat about, give people a couple minutes to arrive. It'd be cool to have a nice interactive chat, at least by the standards of this stream, by the time I start. But I actually I covered the one topic that I wanted to cover before getting into it. Thank you for the compliment, James. Uh, yeah, actually, you know what? This is a good opportunity since I know you're here. Um, I've been watching a lot of videos from a YouTuber called Devin Nash recently. I'm straight up addicted to his channel. Um, I'm very curious. I'm probably eventually going to rewatch the entire thing. Uh, it has become clear to me that Devin Nash um, bases a lot of what he says on Gary Vee, who's a huge influence on me. So if you ever catch me saying something like Devin Nash is rehashing Gary Vee, that is not an insult. That is a compliment. I would say that Gary Vee and Scott Adams are the two people that have the biggest influence on almost everything I do online, including the shit posting because hey, you gotta have fun. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yes, one of the key takeaways. Um, one of the key takeaways from Devin Nash, since James is in our chat tonight, James has a Twitch show on Twitch called At Home with James, a show that I watch basically every time and have been on multiple times. A thing that I learned from Devin is that There's no algorithm on Twitch. Like, actually, let's see if I can. I'm gonna rehash Devin Nash right now. It doesn't matter that I'm not logged in. So, oh shit. Yes, whoever you are, thank you. I'm gonna mute this tab. So what I was getting to what I was getting at is there's no way to get discovered on Twitch. Like the equivalent of a YouTube algorithm on Twitch is to kind of just browse around and let's say Minecraft. I'm interested in Minecraft, and now I scroll the Minecraft page, and I click on something that looks interesting to me, like this guy. He has 122 viewers. That's the algorithm for Twitch. That's how you get discovered on Twitch. So the idea is, oh, and there's a commercial. Yeah. Bye bye. I thought I had ad blocker on. Anyway, um, it was just a demonstration. Anyway, my point is the strategy for Twitch growth is to have have content elsewhere and then tell people to go on Twitch. So you're kind of doing the right thing with your Instagram and whatnot. And it changes what I want to do on this stream because I know I'm on YouTube, so YouTube is the second biggest search engine online after Google. So that's cool, but I'm gonna try like promoting the segments instead of promoting the stream. We'll see what happens. And yeah, Nocturne, Mark Passio launched the One Great Work Network, which is very interesting. I have not checked it out, but I can't wait to. And hey, if he discovers me, he discovers me. All right. Like I said earlier, I only have one segment tonight, and it's one of those where I feel over prepared, but I'm over prepared in things that I'm over prepared in things that are way out of my depth. So I might sound pretty stupid, but it's very interesting to me. So let me just prepare this, and we can get to it. Where is it? No, I'm gonna save that till the end, but I will have it here anyway. This is a surprise I left for myself. I like doing that sometimes when I'm researching a topic and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna read this on stream so that you get the fresh takes. What is this? I bookmarked this. Let's see what this is. Okay, yeah, that'll be interesting. Uh, okay. Oh, and of course, haha. Every reason is legit to open a trading view tab. This is beautiful. Yeah, this covering the GameStop stuff. Again, I've been really fascinated by this story and can't wait to get into it, which we will any second. Oh yeah, before I do, I just want to say, as a pro tip, if you want to interact with me during a segment from the chat, there are two tips that'll like increase your odds of me like noticing you and engaging with you like right there as I'm ranting. Is to be in soundbite mode, or to just write copy that somehow piques my curiosity where I'll actually stop long enough to read your short paragraph. I've demonstrated my inability to read short paragraphs of text while talking. I think that's understandable, but yeah. Nocturne, that question I will save for later. I think I will uh, answer it, but we'll see. So, to the three of you here, thank you very much for being here. I hope all three of you are still here at the end, and more ideally. Oh wait, I'm pointing at my camera of myself. I should be pointing here. All right, let's do this. I hope this makes sense. Actually, I'm a little hot. Let me take this off. Okay. Yeah, this will do. Worst case, I'll just put it back on. Good. Nice. And I'm recording. One last little swig and then we can get started. So, the thing about having a weekly show is that sometimes something really interesting will happen on a Wednesday, and then I'll be forced to wait an entire week before I can talk about it with y'all, or at least if I don't want to break my own model. But that's a double-edged sword because, as kind of happened with the DC riots, it gives me an opportunity to get more information than I otherwise would have. So I've been following the Wall Street Bets versus GameStop story. It is absolutely fascinating to me, and I'd like to talk about that. One thing that I want to make perfectly clear, and I hope, first of all, I really hope that I'm not going to be like too segmented throughout this stream. Throughout this segment, I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of half ideas, and I hope I can string them together into something coherent. But one thing to make perfectly clear, we are witnessing a mass amateurization of speculation. And it leads to things like this. So, one thing that I want to make perfectly clear before I dive in again, and I'm pretty sure this won't affect you, but oh, you must be this tall to ride. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you've already been explained dozens of times what shorting a stock is. I myself, it's the kind of thing that you hear a lot, like, "Oh, you can make money when there's a recession," and I don't think much about it for reasons that I'll explain shortly as well. Now, the thing is, yeah, the what is happening with this chart here, this has nothing to do with investing. This is all speculation. So investing, and I'm speaking in layman's terms here. I'm not an expert. Don't take financial advice from some loser who lives alone in his mom's basement. Okay, this is not what this is about. But investing is when you want to, diversify your portfolio and build wealth in a way where you're kind of riding the highs and lows of the market and staking your claim along the way. Whereas speculation is where you're trying to beat the market. This chart is people trying to beat the market, and it's not the only one. I know GameStop is the entryway for a lot of people, but as you probably know, they've spread even as recently as late as last week. They were talking about AMC. They were talking about silver and things like that. We'll get to that. But the idea is that, and I have no idea how this is going to play out in the long run. But the cat's out of the bag, and either hedge funds will have to massively change the way they operate, or their Washington D.C. cronies will just change the rules and regulate everyone out of the business, which would cause an interesting potential counter moves on the part of like the masses, you know. So yeah, let me start with some definitions because this is part of why there are a lot of terms that I myself didn't quite know what they meant until recently, until this GameStop thing happened. So the reason for that is I listened way back when to a podcast called the Radical Personal Finance Podcast. This is it's a podcast by a guy named Joshua Sheets, and in one of his early episodes, he covered the basics of the stock market. And unfortunately, I couldn't find like a nice clip that I could play for you, but it was good for me to refresh the definition. So there are three main things that come into play in the stock market: stocks, bonds, and derivatives. So a quick summary of what those three things are. A stock is you're taking ownership. You're taking a tiny piece of ownership in a company, and you get to participate in the joys of being a partial owner of that company. Some stocks pay dividends, some stocks do not, and yeah, that's about it. A bond is an IOU, so you're loaning money to this company, and they give you a bond, which is basically, hey, I promise to pay you back this amount of time in these payments by this date. And that's what a bond is. Derivatives derivatives are basically just derivatives are these fancy instruments that we make up that derive their value from the performance of stocks and bonds. So as soon as I realized that, I was like, you know what? Derivatives are dumb. I'm not paying attention to that because once you enable like two parties to say, hey, what do you think will happen with this company? And the other one says, I think it's going to go well or it's not going to go well. And the other one says, care to make it interesting? Oh, let's type up the paperwork. And then you have things like short selling and put options and call options. And I don't know much about derivatives because they're stupid. But again, this chart is a bunch of, I'm gonna have to learn when to click in what screen because I'm pointing over here. Anyway, this chart is a bunch of speculators way back when back here saying, oh no, this is the 4-hour chart. Let's go to the daily. So yeah, this chart is a bunch of speculators back when GameStop stock was worth about $5 and saying, you know what, I think it's gonna go even more down. So they shorted it, and as you presumably know, the slimy thing about shorting a stock is that you're placing a bet that something will happen to a company, but in a way that increases the odds of that thing happening. Which fucking sucks. You know, I borrow a stock that I don't own and sell it. That will tend to make the price drop as I am betting that the price will drop, and that's fucking slimy. And then some some redditors went, oh yeah, you want to do that, well fuck you, and then they did the short squeeze again. I'm assuming you know what this is. So where was I in my notes? Okay, yes. So the whole thing of derivatives being stupid and this chart having nothing to do with it. Like, if you got in around here, you're a fucking winner. It would have to collapse entirely, like it almost has, for you to come out a loser. The Short Squeeze, a good rap name. Good good one, Mike. So yeah, if you're some Wall Street bets guy and you got in at this point here, you're a fucking winner. Those of you who got here, like this chart is fucking broken. This has very little to do with technical analysis. This is a broken chart. Actually, I'm curious of something. Let me just look. Okay, okay. I was expecting these indicators to be a lot worse. Let me see the relative strength index. Okay, cool. I was expecting it to. So GameStop was oversold right up until here. And then the Robinhood incident, which we will cover shortly, drove it back down. So, shit. Actually, you know what? Let's uh, let's go to a thread that Ben Shapiro posted on Twitter. We're gonna cover this because I'm sure that Ben Shapiro, former Breitbart contributor, is. I doubt that he's a big Wall Street guy, but he probably knows more about this than you or I. So I want to cover this thread on stream because even though I led saying, derivatives are stupid, they might not be that stupid. Maybe I'm the dog here. So let's read. How long is this thread? Yeah, it's not that bad. All right. Much of the enthusiasm for the GameStop prank is rooted in fundamental misconception that the stock market is merely a casino. This is untrue. Actually, I agree with this. The the casino aspects come from derivatives, like buying a small claim in of ownership in a company. That's fucking legit. Just as lending money to a company at interest, that's legit. But when you're betting on what I'll try to do Shapiro's voice, Mike. So yeah, when you're when there are two parties making bets on what's going to happen, that's when the casino aspect comes in. So, the stock market provides three goals: liquidity options for companies, investment opportunities for stockholders, proper pricing of assets through aggregation of information conveyed through transactions. Those who trade in stocks each day are in it to make money, just as you do your job to make money. A benefit of the free market, their trading, which is institutionally rooted in assessment of stock value, provides three. Okay, so this is one, two, three. Wait, let me just make sure I understand this. So the trading, which provides liquidity to the company and investment opportunities for stockholders, provides an aggregation of information. Yes, absolutely. I don't like clicking on individual tweets in a thread because of the risk that one of the replies, which abides by Twitter's TOS, does not abide by YouTube's TOS. So let's continue. The GameStop guys believe that the market is a casino, that the stock traders are speculators who do not provide three, and that purely gaming the system is how they make their money. If we all believe that, nobody should invest in the stock market. Period. Actually, that's kind of true. In the sense that I have no interest in speculation. I'm interested in investing, and maybe there is something to this because I actually disagree with the first part here that okay, you add the word all here. So if all stock traders are speculators who do not provide information, that would be true. But I guess there are some. So yeah, let's continue. It is actually illegal to engage in the pure pump and dump, in which you lie to fellow investors about undervalued stocks in order to make the profits when you drive up the price and sell. What the GameStop guys are doing isn't illegal because they're not lying. They admit that GameStop isn't worth much. They're just in it for the laws and screwing the hedge fund guys, which which does make this funny, but also reinforces untruths about the market generally. In other words, there is a reason "Eat the Rich" is trending. The motivating factor here isn't really hedge fund corruption, isn't it though? Okay. If you're worried about if you're worried about bailouts, as I am, you should be telling the government to stop bailing out financial firms. It is pure dislike for hedge fund guys. Yeah, some hedge fund guys are jackasses, some aren't, but undermining confidence in the pricing mechanism of the market just to make some quick cash and screw those who isn't, and screw those guys isn't virtue. Though again, it would take a heart of stone to not laugh. So, wait. Yeah, the chat's being funny. All right, so what do I think of this? Yeah, so listen, let me just put it this way. I earlier on, I kind of led with the difference between investing and speculating. I think that to pretend that shorting a stock is not speculation is kind of I can't make that connection. To argue that betting that a stock will fall in value is not speculation is ludicrous to me. However, here's what I will say: while these guys are betting on GameStop being going bankrupt and subsequently getting counter trolled by Reddit in this chart, what I what I remember, this brought back a memory back in Friday, March 13th, 2020, when Quebec went into lockdown last year. I remember the recession had already started. Like the S&P 500 was falling like a stone, and I remember speaking to one of my friends and telling him, like, it was probably not that Friday, but it was within the last days before Quebec went into lockdown in most of the world. I remember telling my friend, man, I wish I was in a position to buy Zoom stock. Yeah. Okay, I don't know why Zoom information isn't available before April, but again, had I been in a position to buy Zoom stock back in, oh, this is okay, it's March of 2020. Yeah, around here, I would I would have been a happy guy. Uh, that's that's kind of the difference between investing and speculating. This is not financial advice, but let me drive this home. So the idea is, and again, I don't know how this is going to play out, but in we're now in a period. This is the equivalent of weblogs becoming reaching mainstream consciousness, where people in their day-to-day jobs are like, oh yeah, really, I could just open an account on blogger.com and just share my thoughts with the world. Well, now it's the financial equivalent of that, where not only have apps like Robinhood, which I almost forgot to cover, I'll tack that on, have Robinhood has permitted people to like invest in the stock market. Now we're seeing the equivalent of mass coordinated speculation taking place. And if I was a hedge fund manager, I would be very careful which companies I chose to bet against, because now the question of, well, what will the gamer bros think? It will be a more and more relevant question as the time comes, unless of course there's a major rule change, which just makes this whole conversation irrelevant, and basically forces things to the dark web or whatever. Because if you think things are bad now, like I can't imagine how much worse it would get if like the Wall Street Bets subreddit was banned, and then they had to go on this black site or shit like that. That would be like Reddit investing in speculation on the market is bad enough. Can you imagine like Paul from 4chan doing the same? That would be really interesting. Not in the good way. So let me circle back to something that I almost forgot to cover, which is the. Let me just go back to GameStop here. So yeah, this candlestick right here, was that Thursday? Let me see. Yeah, that was Thursday the 28th. Yeah, it was. So this the reason that this fall happened right here was because Robinhood suspended its services. And I know it caused a huge uproar. You're probably aware of it. But I just wanted to share this alternative take, which I have not heard a lot. There is a potentially legitimate reason why Robinhood would suspend all trading for GameStop in particular, that I want to show you. I will play a short clip from a YouTube video that explains this. Let me just make sure that my desktop audio is at the right level. And yeah, let's begin. Oop, did I not? Let me just fetch the link again. Won't be too long. Here. Copy link. Boom. All right. And an error occurred. Great. Oh, good. It found itself. Let's max screen. Okay, this is too demanding on my bandwidth. Or it could just be as simple as refreshing. I don't know why it's doing that. We'll fix it in post, people. Come on.
So at its most basic level, the stock market is just people buying and selling apples. But there are three things worth understanding that keep everything moving super smoothly. Firstly, there's clearing brokers. Clearing brokers are the people who are actually at the
Oh boy.
Apple market doing the trading. You're at home and you instruct your clearing broker to buy some apples.
I don't have that many things open on my PC. Let me see here. Sorry about that, guys. I'll fix this in post. All right, let's let it buffer up a little. All right.
The stock market is just people buying and selling apples. But there are three things worth understanding that keep everything moving super smoothly. Firstly, there's clearing brokers. Clearing brokers are the people who are actually at the Apple market doing the trading. You're at home and you instruct your clearing broker to buy some apples. And these are essentially the apps you use on your phone like Robinhood or Freetrade. Secondly,
Really?
there's clearing houses. Clearing houses are the places where the two clearing brokers actually do the trade. The clearinghouse is like a market stall with a police officer standing over it, making sure that the trade is actually what was agreed. Now, this is pretty easy when it comes to the buying of apples, because the policeman just checks that clearing broker A has an apple and clearing broker B has $1. But in real life, it becomes a bit more complicated for the clearinghouse and police officer when we're actually talking about the stock market. This is because, continuing with the Apple analogy, there are too many apples being traded too fast to keep up with all of them in real time. So instead, the policeman lets you trade before it's actually happened. This is why you can buy stocks from your Robinhood app at home immediately, but the trade itself is settled later. Normally, each clearing firm has 2 business days to make sure that you really do have the $1 or Apple you promised, get it off you, and then show it to the policeman. Now, this 2-day lag entails a real risk for that police officer, because sometimes you agree to buy an Apple for $1, then when the clearing firm phones you in a day's time and says, "So where's that dollar you had?" you say, "I had it yesterday, but now I'm bankrupt." This means that the trade can't be settled, and you defaulted on your side of the trade. So the person selling the Apple is left penniless. To accommodate for this risk, the police officer requires that the clearing broker puts up collateral, usually around 2%. So basically, your broker has to give the police officer 2 cents on day one as a form of collateral or insurance. The third and probably most important aspect are market makers. Now, market makers are appointed by the stock exchange itself. So in this analogy, they're appointed by...
Explaining the market makers is would be too long, and so the idea, okay, as was just explained, is that when you're in your Robinhood app or whatever, the actual GameStop stock will be purchased probably later, right? And what happened during the shutdown was the police officer that kind of regulates the trade and collects like the tiny little bit of collateral for each trade was required to increase the collateral to 100%. So basically now the little broker who's buying your GameStop stock for you was in a position where they had to pay in full right away, even though they might get the money 2 days later. And you know, we've all owed money. We've all been owed money. Sometimes you don't get paid. Sometimes shit happens. So yeah, that is actually a quite reasonable reason to halt the purchasing of a stock, because that would put them in an untenable position. Now, the part that is fishy smelling anyway is that the entity I shouldn't laugh. The entity that that required the collateral to be raised to 100% was in conflict of interest. Let's just say that they you know, some friends from that entity were friends with the hedge funds that were being short squeezed. So it still smells fishy anyway. But I just wanted to present the counter narrative that it's not as simple as, well, potentially not as simple as you know, Robin Hood siding with the hedge funds. There was a legit financial reason where they would have had to have much larger cash reserves than they actually had. So I think that covers everything. I would like to thank you for watching. I do these streams every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and share. You can also subscribe to make sure you don't miss the next stream. And yeah, thank you again. I'll see you soon. Well, that went pretty well, all things considered. I'm gonna have more editing to do, but very minor. Yeah, Nocturne, your suggestion to download the videos is I'm not sure what I think of that. I think a solution that I'd rather investigate would be to upgrade my internet connection. That would be more tenable. We'll see what I can do about that. So let me just read up on chats that I did not miss, that I missed actually. I'm envisioning a Sid Shapiro hybrid goblin character now. It's wonderful. Yeah, my Shapiro isn't that good. Why was I not in a position to buy? Oh, listen, it's the reason why I was not in a position to buy Zoom stock was not just financial. Like, how the fuck, like, even let's pretend that apps like Robinhood didn't exist. Like, if you're starting from scratch, how would you even go about buying stocks in a particular company? You need a broker. You need to do due diligence and that kind of thing. We're talking about a conversation that happened, you know, in mid-March, right when everyone was too busy like preparing for the whole world to fucking melt. A fun fact, I was fortunate enough that I prepared for lockdowns early enough where I was really, my fridge back here was full, and I reached a point where I was buying seeds because I didn't know how bad it was going to get. So, buying stocks in a company which I was sure would do well because of this pandemic was the least of my worries, and I wasn't going to set that up. How's the chat doing? According to this, I'm still alive, but I might have throttled my own connection. Can someone just give me a sign of life before we close this out? Actually, while we're doing that, I will actually. Okay, this is doing well. So let's start up Stardew Valley. Play a couple days. I've earned it. Oh, James, the seeds are still there. I have no idea where I would plant them. It's one of those panic buys that you do when you're when you don't know what to. I didn't know how bad it was gonna get, but the thing is, I don't I don't have a place where I could start a garden. But at least I had the seeds. My goal was, I think one of my main motivations was to have the seeds as a bargaining chip if ever like the biker gangs arrived in my area and said, "Hey, what give us your money, pal." Uh, to go, well, I don't have money, but I have seeds. Yeah. Oh yeah, my audio levels in Stardew Valley are pretty good. Let's let's see. Yeah. All right. Let's where are you? This. Hey, there we go. All right. Let's get to it. So, today is year 3, baby. I've been at it. The end of spring, year 3. I do not care about this person's birthday, so let's tend some crops. As a reminder, um, every day in Stardew Valley you have a luck that certain things are good to do when you have good luck, and other things are not. So let's see. Tomorrow's sunny. Today is a good luck day. So if I have geodes, I'll process them. Let's water some crops. If you know what I mean. Yeah, maybe I'll do some biker gang shit. I don't know. Uh, I it's hard for me to improvise a biker gang guy. I don't know. I should have filled my water can. I'll do that right now while I'm here. I mentioned last week that I got addicted to Stardew Valley. What really triggered it was unlocking the greenhouse. But now the greenhouse is where I want it to be. So there's balance in the force again. So that's cool. You know, because iridium, which is a metal that's hard to get, if I give myself the goal of getting like iridium everything, then I might as well just stop all other projects, including this stream. You know, fuck that. Hey, doggy. There we go. Actually, yes, that's good. Whoops. All right, let's go to the coops. Take care of my animals. All right. All my animals are nice and happy. Get the eggs here. Oh, yeah. Open them up. Let the animals out so they can eat the grass that's right out there. Hey, there we go. Good. It's important to pet your pets once every day. All right. It's already 9:40 a.m. That is fine. There we go. All right, let's just go to my greenhouse real quick and see what the day brings. So this is what caused me to get addicted. But now that most of this is set up properly, I can kind of ease up. Good. I don't know what would happen if I were to not pet my animals for 5 to 10 days. What I'm assuming is that the quality of the eggs and the quality of the milk would go down. But that's a very good question, James. There it is. There we go. Put this here. Do I have anything that I want to do? Oh, yeah. I'm just going to put these in my kitchen. Yes, I use my horse to ride short distances like I just did because I'm worth it. Oh, man. Yeah, at this rate, I'm probably just going to play one day, and that'll be that. Oh, I didn't harvest anything today. That's really weird. Okay. Well, it happens. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the place where I can get some hard wood. Some hard wood, if you know what I mean. Whoops. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't happen that often that like after I've petted all the animals and watered all my crops that I still had nothing, like no harvest. That hasn't happened in a while. I would guess that I planted a bunch of things yesterday, which which would explain it. All right, so that's all the hard wood for today. Let's go. I don't know what Sid Unplugged means, but I'm glad you enjoy this. Um, okay, so since do I have any quests that I can do real quick? I don't know what a link hut is. You know, all things being equal, fuck fishing. Uh, the next iridium bar that I get is going to me, not this wizard. What else? Reach level 25 in Skull Cavern. I am not gonna play Skull Cavern on stream anytime soon. The the reason. Oh, Pierre wants some sashimi. I can do that right now. This is good. So yeah, Skull Cavern is it's like a dungeon level that you unlock, and it's essentially infinite. But the problem and the reason that I won't play Skull Cavern on screen, or at least not yet, is because I die in Skull Cavern way too much for my liking. And when you die in a dungeon, you lose items. And to be frank, it happens too often that I'll die and lose an item that I don't want to lose, and I'll fucking rage quit and replay the day. And I will not subject you to that. Oh no, Pierre wanted sashimi. I can make sashimi right now, and I know where Pierre probably is, so this is gonna be good. Let's make sashimi. Boom. Oh no, that's Maki. Fuck. Well, I guess I can't do it. Oh, one thing I'll show you. I probably can't do anything right now. Oh, I can. Cool. This is my cellar where I can age alcoholic beverages and cheeses, so they sell for more. So let me put these 3 bottles of wine. Come on. There we go. I'll fill those other 3 agers up, or caskets or whatever. I'll do that later. So what I'm gonna do, I'm probably just gonna fish a little, do a little dungeon crawling, and then we can call it a night. Ooh, a new quest. Leak. Okay, whatever. Man, fishing has not piqued my interest enough for me to like keep track of particular fish. I don't know, man. All right, let's sell shit. This. 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 And I might as well sell this. Fuck it. All right. Oh, and on the subject of fishing, there's one thing I forgot to check. I have lobster traps that I set up, well, over there for you, that I haven't checked in a while. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, when my menu was open earlier, I really don't put a lot of effort in naming fictional animals. So in the vein of naming my dog Doggy, my horse is named Horsey. Oh boy. Wow, I actually caught lobsters in my lobster traps. This is great. And James, just to be clear, this is the game that Jess plays a lot, and as do I. Can you see it here? No, you can't. But I've played many hours, and it's quite fun. Wait, where was I going? Oh yeah, I caught lobster. Let me just unburden myself. And these glasses, which would normally be trash, I'll put them in the trash compactor. Boom. Okay. Do I really not have? Wow. Okay. Well, let me. Nope. Actually, I put fridge. I put fish in this fridge. Can I make something cool? Wait, isn't there a lobster bisque? Or am I in Seinfeld mode, or is there actually a lobster bisque that you can make in here? Oh, lobster bisque. Okay, it's not just me. Hey, I have two. Oh, these aren't lobster? Crayfish. Jesus Christ. I'm not racist, but lobster and crayfish look alike. All right, let's do some actual fishing. Yeah, normally if I were to go dungeon crawling, I would there's a little chest where I free up some inventory spots, but fuck it, I'm just gonna go as is. Whoops, I was a little too late. I don't know why. I guess it's the pressure of being watched. Okay, there we go. I right-clicked instead of clicking the first time. There we go. Cool. Nice. I've used my last piece of bait. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, I know. There we go. Boom. I don't want to put all my bait on my fishing rod because I need some for my lobster traps over here. Whoops. Okay, one more fish or two, and then we can go dungeon crawling and call it a night. Oh, nice. Secret nodes don't count. Nocturne, you're kind of spot on. That Stardew Valley is like Animal Crossing and Minecraft and Sims. Yeah. There are a couple other games in there too. This is a good luck day. Why am I having so much trouble fishing? What the fuck? Nice. Alright, let's go dungeon crawling. It's 9:20. I have plenty of time to do a couple levels in the dungeon. Actually, let me see worms over here. Boop. Oh, it's more clay. This is a good luck day. What the fuck? Okay. You know, one thing that I will do now, sorry to bother you with this, but I will close these doors so that I can more efficiently pet my animals tomorrow. When I forget to close these doors and I wake up the next day, the animals are all like out there in their little enclosure eating and shit. Then it's hard to keep track of which animal you pet and which one you didn't. So let's go to the mines. All right. Let's go. That. Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock. in game. So I'm only gonna do a couple levels. Ah shit, I forgot my bombs. Yeah. Maybe I should have taken the time. You know what? I'm gonna... I'm gonna start by finishing this level, and this might be it. Because even though I'm low on bombs, like when you have like a large amalgamation of rocks like this here, pickaxing each fucking stone one at a time is a bitch. But next time. Okay, that little shriek is a bat that I don't feel like fighting. Let's just go down and... Oh, wait, actually... I left the mine by accident. I wanted to at least open the crate that was right next to me, but whatever. Alright, it's 1 a.m. I have an hour to spare to empty my pockets. This. Oh yeah. You know what? No, I'm gonna sell this ruby or whatever. I'll sell it right away. 120, plenty of time. Because time stops when you're in a menu. Green algae, cool. And with seconds to spare, my energy bar is super low. And I go to bed for the night. Boom. Ooh, level 10 mining. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Chance to find coal doubled. That's what I'm taking. Actually, just before I let you go, let me just show you what I was alluding to before. Exit to title. Yeah, I have 74 hours logged right now. But let's just say in the last 7 days, a very small chunk of that 74 hours was logged. So I'm happy with myself. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. The three of you who are still here, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I've earned it. I'm happy to have played. Oops. There we go. I'm happy to have played, and yeah. Thank you very much. I hope to see you next week, and you take care.